In case you missed it, the second trailer for Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse is out. The upcoming movie is the next chapter of the Oscar-winning animated film starring the Marvel Comics character, Miles Morales. In the action-packed trailer, Morales teams up with Gwen Stacy once again and more Spider-People to go up against a new villain. But it seems like the Spider-People team has different objectives and eventually tries to stop Morales instead as he charges towards what he believes is the right thing to do. Here's what I got from watching the trailer. What was cool to me was the characters were adapted from the comics over the years. Stacy and Peter B. Parker, who were a big part of the first movie, are back again. Parker now has a baby, Mayday Parker. This got me feeling pretty content because in the first movie Parker had broken up with his wife. But after 1.5 hours of kicking butt, he found the courage to reconcile with her and it seemed to have gone well. And then there's Spider-Woman, or Jessica Drew, who sped into the frame on a motorcycle and has webs that shoot out from each of her fingers. Unlike the first trailer, she reveals a baby bump. She and her baby have quite a tragic story in the comics, but you can Google that. Spider-Punk, who can play massive power chord vibrations on his sonic guitar, and Spider-India, who has web shoots in the shape of a mandala, were also introduced. As the trailer jumps from scene to scene, most I assume are in different dimensions in the Spider-Verse, it looks like we may get to see the dimension where Spider-India is from. Pretty excited to see how the animators chose to design their worlds, from their choice of the color palette to the varied animations of its landscape and characters. And of course, spot the supervillain who appeared for a second. Could it be that he isn't the main antagonist in the film? Some other Spider-People are Spider-Bite and Cyborg Spider-Woman. An important member of the gang is Spider-Man 2099, also known as Miguel O'Hara, who appeared in the post-credit scene of the first movie and is voiced by Moon Knight star Oscar Isaac. O'Hara seems to be the leader. As Stacy said, the whole thing is his idea. What she seemed to be referring to is the lobby, which appears to be the Earth or a space where hundreds of Spider-People coexist. Not too much of the plot was revealed, but there were a few more pieces of the story. One was how O'Hara has a band on his wrist, he calls it a goober, at the end of the first movie, and it glows in an orangey gold color. The goober allows him to jump around the multiverse and maybe a different timeline too. Well, this information is what I gathered from the first film, so things might have changed since then. While it doesn't explain how the Spideys coexist here, my guess is that it is linked to this band because many others are wearing it too. It seemed to have solved a problem in the first movie where they were all unable to exist outside of their dimension and were glitching. One scene, orangey gold power kind of bursts out from O'Hara and spreads across a room like a virus, which made me think it is the reason why they are so stable in this universe. And that's all thanks to O'Hara apparently. Another thing I noticed was, despite there being hundreds of Spider-People, O'Hara doesn't want Morales to join right from the start. Not entirely sure why, but we'll know when the movie's out. Later in the trailer, O'Hara, along with the others, chases Morales. Miguel O'Hara, this isn't what we talked about, Parker said. Seemingly things didn't go as planned, Of course, in the Spider-Verse fashion, amid tragedy and conflict, the creators managed to incorporate the iconic Spider-Man pointing meme again. Easter eggs. Here are some obvious and not so obvious Easter eggs I spotted, as a fan who knows just enough to get by. Its opening hit was a scene from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in the second movie. He said this: "Sometimes to do what's right we have to give up the thing we want the most." It then cuts to The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where Andrew Garfield said, "Every day I wake up knowing that the more people I try to save, the more enemies I will make." I got pretty excited seeing the quotes were from both of their second movies, and this was the second Spider-Verse movie. But, when Tom Holland's version of the friendly neighborhood Spidey appeared as quote, "This is my chance to prove myself," originated from his first movie, Spider-Man Homecoming. Though including the clips was greatly appreciated by me. The throwback got me wondering if they'll be in the movie, or just showing how the teenager is again getting into danger while trying to do good. But further down the trailer I found some more clues. Did you spot another of Spidey's villains in the trailer? The Vulture, the bad guy in Holland's first movie. Next, in one scene, Stacy was hugging a Spider-Man who was killed in a battle, and she also said, "I can't lose one more friend." This could be a hint that they go into Stacy's and how she lost her Spider-Man. As you know, in the comics, Stacy first appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man and on-screen with Garfield. Like what you're watching? Please subscribe for more. Thank you.
subscribe to my channel.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.